Ninja's coffee maker and barista system is $250, but it has way more features than other coffee machines. Today, I'm testing out all 6 of its functions. 3 pours with ground coffee, 3 pours with coffee pods, and the built-in milk frother. I want to see how easy it is to use, how well it works, and if it's worth that $250. But first, what does it come with? From the front, it looks relatively standard. You've got this carafe that gets filled with brewed coffee. Is that how you pronounce that? And then on the top here is where you'd put your ground coffee in. It comes with this little bin that you put it in along with a filter, and then you can brew coffee like normal. On the right side here is basically our capsule machine. So you can put in a capsule on the top right here into this little hole and brew coffee through the capsules just through here. On the side here, we have our milk frother, which we'll definitely get into, along with a measuring spoon that it comes with that attaches right to the coffee machine. And on the back of the machine here, our water container that comes off to easily refill. And thankfully, all of these pieces kind of attach together, so storage of it is pretty simple. But now the most important part, does it actually make good coffee? I'll start off with the coffee grounds. I've got it filled with water and I've put a coffee filter inside of here. And now on the measuring spoon right here, it tells you how many scoops of ground coffee to use. For a small cup, 2 to 3 scoops. So that's what we're gonna do. Make sure it's nice and level and pour it in. And now you use this button on the left right here to cycle through the 3 options: classic, rich, and over ice. We're gonna start with classic, and then I'm gonna twist this knob to choose how much I wanna brew. We're just gonna do a small pour of 8 ounces, and let's start brewing. And it started brewing coffee maybe 20 seconds after I clicked the button, so that was pretty fast. 2 minutes later, our coffee is ready. Let's take a look at it. I'm gonna get it poured into a glass. And that looks pretty nice. Let's do a taste test of it. And yeah, to me, tastes like a classic coffee. Next up, we're gonna go over to the rich setting. I've already filled this up with 4 large scoops of coffee, and we're gonna make half a pitcher of coffee for this one. So once again, just changing the setting here to rich, turning this up until I see that kind of half pitcher logo right there, which is 26 ounces. And let's get this one brewing. Now, one of the other really cool features is that while you're brewing half or a full pot of coffee, there's a warming plate that actually turns on under the pot right there. This light tells you that it's on. And that'll stay warm for 4 hours unless you take the pot off of it, which will obviously turn the heat off. So that's pretty awesome that it'll keep your coffee warm after brewing it. And just in case you want to manually turn this off or on at any point, you can also just click this warm button. That light's going to go off and the plate's going to stop being warm for you, but I definitely want that on. Now, while that finishes brewing for the next couple minutes, I'm also going to froth some milk. So the frother piece comes separately, and it basically just clicks into place right onto this, which makes washing it after super easy too, because you can just take it off and wash it. I've got half a cup of milk here. And one thing to note is that it doesn't heat your milk while it's frothing, of course. So if you want warm milk, you do have to go heat that in the microwave or a pot somewhere else first. But let's test out this frother. You basically just put it to the bottom and hit the power button on the top. And that feels super smooth. A lot of frothers I've used kind of splash the milk everywhere. This one, I can't even feel the cup kind of shaking at all. Our coffee is brewed, our milk is frothed. Let's get it poured into a cup. And that is definitely looking like a much darker and richer pour. Let's get some of the beautiful frothed milk on top, and that is ridiculously frothy. That thing works super well. I mean, look at the side shot of that, guys. There is so much frothed milk on the side, and the coffee looks amazing. But here we go, time for the taste test of this one. Much richer coffee taste, and the frothed milk is an absolute game changer on top. It's so much better with it there. For our third and final coffee grounds test, we're gonna be testing over ice. I've already filled this with about 2 to 3 scoops of ground coffee. And now one of the other cool things is if you don't want to make a full pot of coffee and you just want 1 cup of ground coffee, you can pull out this little cup stand and put it right under. So I've got 1 cup here filled with ice already. Turn this to over ice and let's brew 8 ounces. Now, one of the other cool things is this drip stop right here. So if you've already brewed, say, a quarter of a pot and you just want to have 1 cup for now, but have the rest continue to brew later, you can turn turn this off and it'll actually temporarily stop brewing. And then when you're ready, you can open it back up and it'll keep brewing for you. And now our over iced coffee is ready. You can see there's even some ice cubes still in there, so it's definitely gonna be nice and cool. I was not expecting it to be ice cold, even though there's literally ice in it for some reason, but this is ice cold seconds after brewing. Pretty crazy. So with all three of the pours, there was a pretty clear difference. The classic was a little bit watery, the rich was a strong coffee flavor, and the over ice was obviously ice cold, but also a much more concentrated coffee flavor that was more bitter tasting. But now I'm curious to see if using coffee pods is just as easy, so let's flip over to the other side of the machine. This little latch comes open and there's a clear hole for the pod right in there. It just slides in just like this. And now our coffee cup is gonna go on this side this time. Now, one of the cool things about it is that this little cup holder right here can actually be adjusted to any height depending on the size of your cup. So all of these grooves in the side right here, it can go into any of them. So I can just put it in the second, push down a little, and it's stuck right there at that height now so that you can get your cup nice and close. So now on this side, we click the capsule button and choose between our three options. I'm gonna start with the espresso and we just hit start brew once again. And it looks like this setting does preheat first, but that was pretty quick. It was only a few seconds. Our espresso is ready and that is looking nice and frothy and creamy. But why not take a shot of espresso at 7 p.m., right? Ooh. Yeah, that'll hit you. Some great espresso right there. I've got our second capsule in. Let's close it shut now. And this time we're gonna use our lungo setting. So we'll switch this over right here to lungo, which is basically just large, and start brew. And I'm amazed at how quickly those espressos are brewing. That was less than 30 seconds before it got to this point. And once again, we have a really nice layer of foam right on the top of our lungo right here. But let's see if I can taste any difference. A lot less strong. It is significantly less concentrated as you would expect out of this. And definitely my preferred way. The espresso is a little bit too much for me. Now, one of the other cool things about this is that after you use a pod, you'll see inside of here that it actually just falls down into a container. And then you can collect all of those after some portion of time right here just by sliding this out. And you can see all the pods just collected there to make it easy to throw them away. And it can hold a good amount of pods in here too. And for our third and final capsule, once again, we're doing over ice. Now, once we test this final one, I'm also gonna show you the self-cleaning functionality of the gadget. So we'll switch this to over ice right here. And by the way, it also has a delay function. So in case you wanna delay this by an hour, 12 hours, anything like that, you can hit that delay button and set it up to do so. But the delay does only work with the ground coffee. Anyways, let's start brewing our over ice espresso. And interestingly enough, this one's pouring very little coffee at a time in small spurts. I think that's to make sure that the ice really takes it over and cools it as it's pouring. And I guess I used a little bit too much ice with this one. It did say to fill the whole cup, but I guess you'd use an espresso cup typically to pour this out. But let's give it a taste test. It's freezing cold as expected, and it significantly changes the taste of it actually. It's way less bitter and much creamier, and for me, much better overall over ice. Now, obviously there was a very clear difference between the ground coffee and the espresso, as you'd expect, but what surprised me the most was how much quicker the espresso brewed. It was about 30 seconds for each of them. The coffee was still only 4 to 6 minutes to brew, so also pretty fast. Now, as I mentioned, it also has a cleaning functionality. Now, the same light that was gonna tell us before that our hot plate was hot, it would turn orange if the device needed to be cleaned. So it's basically gonna tell you when to run this clean cycle, but all you have to do is make sure there's no coffee in the top, click the ground coffee button, click clean over here, and then you hit start. As you can see, it takes 75 minutes for it to fully clean itself, but I believe it's basically just gonna be boiling water inside and cleaning out all of the parts. But like I said, you don't have to do this very often until it tells you to. And on the other side of the machine, if the capsules start taking too long to brew, more than that 30 to 60 seconds, that's when you would clean the other side of the machine. And it's basically the same process, but you take off this little cup holder, attach this extra piece that they gave you, and take the coffee pot and put it on this side this time with the lid off and run that same clean cycle. Overall, I feel like Ninja did a really good job with this one. It has all of the features that you would want, And those features just keep piling and piling, and I could tell you more and more about what it does over and over and over again, which is awesome for a coffee machine. And truly is a great reason they call it the Barista system. So at $250, if you drink a lot of coffee, I think I've gotta say this one is well worth it. Now, I also recently tested Ninja's 10-in-1 Foodie, which is basically their toaster oven, air fryer, dehydrator, and so many more things mixed into that one gadget. And if you wanna see my review on that, make sure you click right here. As a spoiler, I already had a toaster oven before, and this one did a pretty good job competing.